welcome to my attempt at vlogging November. I don't know how this is gonna go, like at all. It could be a disaster. You may never see this. Or this is the first vlog of November. I have a lot of books to read this month, a lot of things to accomplish, so I thought I would vlog it. Also, forgive the shakiness. I forgot the tripod upstairs and I'm not going upstairs to get it. It is the 1st of November. And the other day, I didn't even start this today or yesterday. I started Badlands by Stacey Mary Brown. This is the 4th book in the Savage Land series. I'm on page 22. So, that's it so far. There was a big reveal that after I remembered what actually happened in the last book, was actually not a surprise. And I had to actually stop and think about whether or not this belonged to a different book that had a similar reveal. But it made sense to the book because I feel like usually when certain things happen, certain things happen later. So I just got home from work. I was going to do a mini book haul for you since I got some book mail, but I'm going to do that when I'm not holding this up. So I'm going to go make dinner and then we're going to continue on with this. And I will update you at some point, maybe before I go to bed. We'll see. It's been many days since the last time I filmed. This is why I don't vlog, because I forget, and well, part of is I forget. The other part is like my life isn't exciting enough to like show you that I drove to work or set up the computer, like whatever. Anyway, I just figured I would do an update. It is Friday afternoon. I am procrastinating all the many other things I need to do today, but we are going to my mom's for her birthday tonight, which I'm really excited about. I feel like I haven't actually been to my parents in a while. We're usually there all the time, and I have not been there in the last few weeks, partially because of the move. All right. In the last clip, I said I was going to read, and then forgot that Young Royals Season 2 came out, and just proceeded to binge that entire thing that night instead. I would say oops, but not. I was very highly anticipating that, and it was angsty, and it was lovely, and more please. And I haven't had a whole lot of other time to read yet this week. It's Friday and I haven't really read. I think I've read maybe one day, but I am 67 pages into Badlands by Stacey Mary Brown. I am really enjoying this now that I finally got into it and like remembered what was going on and kind of just put myself back in. I'm actually really enjoying myself. I am nowhere near on track to where I was planning to be in terms of getting this done, but it is what it is. So I'm not gonna get any reading done tonight, I don't think, but I am probably not doing a ton this weekend. I do still need to do some stuff at the other apartment and get that place cleaned out so that I can be done with that. But at very least on Sunday, I'm hoping that I can just spend the entire day doing nothing but reading. So I'm gonna try. My goal, optimistic, is to finish this by Sunday night. I should be able to do that, although the time changes this weekend, so that could affect my energy levels. But you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So that is what I'm going to be hopefully reading this weekend. And then I did mention that I had some book mail, so I'm going to go and show you that. That's not the right pile. I don't know what order these go in. I don't even know what the name of this series. The Playbook series, I think is what it's called. It doesn't even say anywhere. Anyway, it's these books by Alexa Martin. I believe these are all, and these are not in the right order, I'm pretty sure. Football, sports, and romances. So I don't know what possessed me to get these off of Pango, but I bought them and I'm excited to read them. For a person who doesn't do sports, really like sports romances, and have some kind of ideas for some themed content for 2023. So had to get my hands on those while they were available to me. I think that's the only update I have for now. Again, I don't know that I'm gonna read tonight, but I will hopefully be able to. I'm gonna try to like actually vlog, give some actual thoughts about this. Hopefully by the time we get to the, I got this a fourth of the way through, I will have some things to discuss. But until then, I'm gonna go back to work, and I'll talk to you hopefully sometime tomorrow. Cool. Hello. It is Saturday, and I know I said I was gonna spend the weekend kind of being chill, and then last night I didn't think it was gonna happen. But today, I've been able to do nothing but read and play a little bit of Sims, but mostly read, which I needed to do. I needed a day where I just didn't, and I'm having that day. It's like almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've showered, but I'm still in pajamas and have just been reading since like, I don't know, 10. I don't know. I've been having a good day. I'm currently 51% through Badlands. That's the name of the book. I'm reading it on my Kindle because it's on KU, so I grabbed it. But this is the physical book that I'm kind of updating my bookmark on because it's just easier to read on my Kindle right now. So we're gonna go with it. I had to take a break because this chapter that I'm reading is it's doing a lot of like world building and backstory and all of this, but it's doing it in a way that they're just rambling. It's either it's a me thing, or there's just like a bunch of like backstory being thrown at me to the point where I can't, like, it makes sense to the plot, so at least there's that, but I'm just like, you're rambling. Obviously this is self-published. It needs to be just like tightened up a little bit, just so that like you're not repeating yourself and you're delivering information in a way that makes sense. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take a break just for a few minutes, just because there is 5 minutes left in the chapter, it says, so probably, you know, and so I'm gonna try to finish that just so I can get through it, because I am enjoying this to a degree. It's probably my least favorite, but there's some interesting stuff. It's really weird how these books can be sort of repetitive in some of their plot while also moving the plot forward. It's just not written well enough to, like, I don't even know. But so there's that. I'm gonna go try to finish this chapter. I'm going to, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to finish this. I want to finish this book by tomorrow. Definitely doable. It's only 4 o'clock. I'm gonna stay up, probably make a pot of coffee and get some more reading done the rest of the night, because I do have to be a little bit productive tomorrow, which was not my plan, but such is life. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll update you later. It's Sunday. It's the day we had daylight savings time last night, or this morning, whatever. And the first week after always messes with me a lot. So the fact that I've actually been sort of productive today is a good thing. So the first thing I did this morning was finish Badlands by Stacey Marie Brown. This is book 4 in the Savage Land series. I gave this 3 stars. It was the lowest rated, when I rated the lowest so far. And thinking about it more, I'm not entirely sure if it was the book or if it was me, because this is actually, I think, the highest rated on Goodreads, not by much, but these all have over 4 stars. But something about this really didn't work for me, and I was just kind of like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This pacing felt really slow, and maybe that was my problem. But there's a lot, I have said many a time, the writing in this is not great, but one of the big strengths of this series is the characters and the found family aspect, which I realize now is probably a lot of the reason the found family aspect is a lot of the reason why I actually enjoy this. And we were missing it from a lot of this. It was, Brexley was constantly separated from her people, and I think it was in those moments where I was like, okay, so I don't know if it was just me and like, I just wasn't connecting at those moments, or if it's just the fact that when Brexley's not around people, Warwick for sure, but like Ash is like, I love him a lot, but whenever she's been isolated from the rest of her people, I don't know, we couldn't get through it enough. Maybe I was just attached to those things, I don't know, but I just could not really engage with a lot of this. I, of course, per usual, ends on a cliffhanger, so I am ready for the next one. I don't know it physically, but they all are on KU now, so I may just grab and the physical books are expensive. They're lit because they're POD, so they're like $22, and that's a lot, especially for me right now. I don't have a lot of disposable income, so I might just read them that way. But I'm very intrigued where this goes. Warwick and Brexley, their relationship and the angst that was happening in here is a lot of the reason why I'm so invested in this series. They are constantly at odds with each other and themselves, and this book brought a new level of complication and obstacle into their relationship. But when that part was happening, I was really into it. But again, while Brexley was not with others, I was not having the best time. So I did give this 3 stars. It was like a high 3 stars, and I will continue this series. I will finish this. I think it's going to be one of my priorities for early 2023, or if I can squeeze it in this year, but I doubt it. I've got a lot. So that was that I finished at like 8:30 this morning. And then later in the morning, I started Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. This is a very long title, by Benjamin O'Leary Signs, is I believe how the audiobook pronounced it. This is the continuation of Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, which I read for the first time last year and reread earlier this year, and now I was going to finish this up. This is a, like, I say historical fiction knowing damn well that I was younger than them, but I'm pretty sure this takes place in the early 90s. So I'm struggling to use the word historical fiction, but it is. So this is like a historical fiction coming of age story about 2 boys from, I believe, Texas. In Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, 2 boys in a border town fell in love. Now they must discover what it means to stay in love and build a relationship in a world that seems to challenge their very existence. Which, yes. So I really liked the first book. I am enjoying this. I'm about, let's see, 275-ish pages into this. I'm listening to this on audio. The audiobooks for both of these books are narrated by Lin-Manuel Miranda, so like A+ narration there. And I'm enjoying this. This is very slice of life, just 2 boys. It's slice of life with like a lot of internal contemplation and internal review of themselves and the world that they live in. This is the early 90s. These are 2 gay boys, 2 Mexican gay boys in Texas in the early 90s during the AIDS epidemic, trying to figure themselves out. So this is very much coming of age. This is very much self-discovery, specifically on Ari's part, because this is told entirely from his point of view. I am enjoying it. I think they make you think, and they make you think about a time, especially now, that is relevant, but not. So we've progressed a bit since here, not much, but a bit. It just makes you think about things in a way that, especially for me, have not thought about things, did not, you know, even now, I don't know, I'm enjoying this. This is very kind of just like day-to-day Aristotle and Dante learning to be in love in I think the early 90s. I think it's the early 90s. I don't actually know. Learning to be in love in a world where I think that those couple lines kind of encapsulate the whole thing. These boys are coming of age. They're coming into themselves in a world where being gay was very looked down upon. There was an epidemic killing so many of them. And they're teenagers and they're afraid. And on top of all the other stuff that Aristotle has going on with his parents and his brother and his sisters. So when I said slice of life, it is that, but it's not as bland as that. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm about halfway through and I'm going to probably try to finish this today. And then I think I'm going to wrap this vlog up with the only other there's one other, but we're just going to go with it. With the picture of Dorian Gray. I think we, just to get this looks like it's just under 300 pages and I will have an audiobook of some kind. So that's what I'm going to finish up. What I'm going to start after I finish Aristotle and Dante, but probably not till tomorrow because the interview with the vampire finale, I think it's the finale, is tonight, and that's not till 9. I don't know. Anyway, this is next on the agenda. I gotta film some stuff, and then I will get back to reading. Probably I got a couple, I'm doing some laundry. I'm trying to get today's Sunday. I think I said that already. I'm trying to get to the point where I can get my shit together on Sunday so that the rest of the week isn't there's less to do and it's less stressful, but we haven't succeeded yet. So I'm gonna go film some things so that you guys can have some content and so I can put some content out. And then I will update you when I have more to speak about. Hello. It is Sunday night. I don't know what time. It's 8 o'clock. The time change always messes with me mostly at night because I don't want to go to bed or I want to go to bed early. Is that how that works? I don't know, but I don't know what time it is. But I have finished Aristotle and Dante, Dive into the Waters of the World. I can never remember what the actual title of this is. I did give this 4 stars. I'm not entirely sure how I felt about the ending, but I really liked this. I think, I think I mentioned before, this is very slice of life, but it also, obviously the characters then carry it. I love Ari and his flaws and his growth between both books. I love Dante. I love the writing is really good in here. I love the writing in here. The audiobook, again, narrated by Lin-Manuel Miranda, is so good. So good. And I just really, really, really enjoyed this. And other than that, it was just this really interesting story. The line in the beginning, this is, they fell in love and now they have to learn how to be in love. And to be loved, I think was the big thing from this is just Ari is so unsure of himself. Oh, the one thing, this does not take place in the 90s. It takes place in the late 80s. For some reason I thought that it wasn't that far back, but it is. He graduated high school 2 years after I was born. But I really love it's not even necessarily Ari and Dante's relationship progression, because I think that just is pretty typical. It's just Ari's progression of, they don't like themselves for, Ari we only have Ari's point of view, but they don't like themselves. They are aware that they are experiencing something that is hated and is condemned and is going to make life hard. And so they both struggle with that, but I think because we only get Ari's perspective, It's just so absolutely heartbreaking to watch. But thankfully, he has people in his life who accept him and support him and all of that stuff that you hope for. So I wasn't sure. My problem with the ending has nothing to do with the action. I don't know. Maybe I'll sit on it and it all makes sense. That's all that matters to me. But this is done. I finished 2 books today. I feel like that deserves some kind of like reward. I don't know what that reward is. We do have 2 bingo board pieces filled out now, which is great. And so the next thing I am going to read is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This is only like 100, no, not 100, like 220 pages before the endnotes, which I'm not going to read. So it's only this. I have an audiobook. It's only like 5 hours long, so I have to do some editing and some other stuff, but this, I may have this done in the next few days. So I'm going to read this next. We'll see how this goes. I always say the classics and I don't mix, yet I continue to buy them because I want to read some of them, not all of them, but some of them. So we're gonna do that, and then I don't know, I am excited to read this. It is whatever time it is. I'm gonna go edit a little bit, and then I need to watch Interview with the Vampire. That is honestly what my plan for the rest of the evening is. And tomorrow's a work day. So there will be work that needs to get done that I'm not excited to do right now. I just kind of want to I need a break. Did not do any other apartment stuff either here nor at the other place this weekend because I just needed to not. Which is going to come and bite me in the ass at some point. So I'm going to get started on this tomorrow. So that is when I will probably have an update for you. And that's all I got for right now. I will see you later. Howdy. It is, what day is it? I have no idea. I never know what day it is. But it is Wednesday. And I feel like I haven't been reading in a while, but I don't think that's true. It was just yesterday, because yesterday was the election day, and I hope you voted. And I had to go out to, I had to go kind of far away to vote because I'm not registered where I live. So basically yesterday was a wash in terms of reading. But I am halfway-ish through The Picture of Dorian Gray. This is fine. I'm not really sure what on earth is going on. The audiobook that I'm listening to, I think, is a little bit is abridged, or this is a different text. I don't know what the difference is, because sometimes it'll follow along and then it'll jump like 2 paragraphs. But I am listening to it on audio and trying to follow along as best as I can. It's like, I don't understand. It's a book. That's really my only opinion on this. I don't know. This is either going to be like a 2, maybe 3-star, or I'm just not going to rate it because this is just, it's fine. This is the story of Dorian Gray, a young man who sells his soul for eternal youth and beauty. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to finish this. I think I only have like an hour and a half-ish left in the audiobook, so I'm going to finish that tonight. And then I have some editing to do, so I probably won't start anything again until Friday because tomorrow is Grey's Anatomy night. That's an important night. So, there's that, but book mail. Figured I would open some of this. The first thing I have already, I'm sure there's something there, already kind of opened, but it is Bloodlands by Stacey Marie Brown. Book 5 in the Savage Lands series. Book 6 is on its way to me. I did cave, even though I really shouldn't, and bought some things from the Target buy 2 get 1 sale that they were having, and I was able to find the last book in the series on there, but they didn't have this one. So I had to buy this from Amazon, which not my favorite thing to do, but it was literally the only place I could find it physically. So it's fine. I think I got book 4 from them as well, because these are just really hard to find, and they're really expensive in print, like more so than normal indie published books. But I have it. Really excited to, I do want to read this. I'm in the mood, despite the fact that I'm reading Dorian Gray, I'm in the mood for angsty smut. This, I'm assuming, has, maybe not at the same time, but like probably has both of them, given what happened at the beginning or the end of the last book. So this is a thing I will probably get to. I think I'm gonna try to finish the last 2 books like in the beginning of 2023, or like the very end of this year, depending on what kind of time I've got and what kind of mood I'm in. The other package, I know what this is, but it's from Barnes & Noble. It is one of my pre-orders, and that is Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. This is gorgeous. Oh, I love this. This is so pretty. This is a contemporary sapphic romance. I think one of the main characters is like fake dating her landlord and then ends up falling for his sister. So that's all I know about this. Alison Cochrane wrote The Charm Offensive, which I read earlier this year and absolutely freaking loved. It's one of my top 10 of the year for sure. And this will be part of the contemporary, or this will be part of the Christmas romances that I will be reading in December. I'm super excited. Blurbed by the author of Delilah Green, which another one of my favorite books. So very, very, very excited for this, and happy that I now own it. So I am going to go and finish Dorian Gray. And then I want to get some editing done. So, but maybe I'll end up reading it instead. We'll see how this goes. But I will update you probably when I finish Dorian Gray. Hello. It's been several days since I've last updated. Everything's a little crazy at the moment, but I finished The Picture of Dorian Gray. This was a book. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this, and I don't know. I gave this 3 stars, although I didn't particularly I mean, it was fine. It was a book. Again, I don't know, I just didn't get it. So that's done, and I've read a classic. So I've accomplished one thing, 1/3 of the goal that I set out to do this year, and that's fine. So we are going to just wrap this up here. I have finished 3 books so far this month. Of the 9 that I had intended to finish, I'm going to put my updated bingo board here. I think I'm doing pretty good. I think as long as I can finish everything except for War, I will be a happy person. Those are still my goals. So far, we're having a pretty meh month, which, despite the fact that I finished so many things, the month is still feeling kind of eh. I've got 2 3 stars and a 4 star. So hopefully there will be better things to come next week. Comment down below and let me know how your reading has been going so far in November. Hopefully it's going better than mine and you have found some 5 stars. And so for next week, we'll be reading Kingdom of the Cursed and Kingdom of the Feared. And then depending on how fast I get through these, I'm almost done with Cursed already. I'm really bad at vlogging, y'all. So once I finish those, I'm going to probably start for the Throne, but I think if I can finish fast enough, we actually may finish all the things this month, which I'm super, super, super excited about. I'm just going to wrap this up here. I hope you all had a great start to your November reading. Please like this video if you've liked it, and please subscribe if you have not already. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.